stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out a couple cards from the Prismavisions Tarot. I almost said Magical Dogs Tarot. I don't know. Maybe that's a significant deck for you, but I'm going to get a couple cards from this deck to sort of get the context or the general energy of your reading, maybe the subject. I don't usually say it that way, but it just feels significant. But if you want to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. The link to that will be in the description. Before I get you your first card, remember that this is a general reading on YouTube that could be meant for more than one person. So if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make that obvious to you either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. With the readings that I have been recording today, communication and expressing yourself have been coming through very, very strongly, so that could definitely be significant for someone. Okay, so for your first card, we have the Page of Cups. The Ten of Cups might be significant. I did a reading today where the Ten of Cups was right here. But this reading is definitely going to be about your inner child. The Page of Pentacles could be significant as well, because I did a reading and the Page of Pentacles was right here. But this is the part of your inner child that is more hopeful and more optimistic. And this side of your inner child supports another side of your inner child that has to do with being courageous and, being willing to go outside of your comfort zone to try new things, to explore, to go on an adventure. I also don't know if you heard that. My door, the cats like to put their paws under the door and basically attack my door until I let them in. But I don't want to let her in here because she will be distracting and she might just want to leave anyway. So if you do hear that, please don't mind that. But there is a message coming through related to that about how someone really might be trying to push their way into your life. And be firm about your boundaries and what you want. Don't accept less than you deserve from this person. I'm also getting this feeling that if this person keeps messaging you or like texting you, don't respond. Especially, only do that if you feel called to it. Well, I saw 333, so maybe for some of you, respond and express yourself. Do what you feel called to. But maybe this person is trying to make their way into your life for a reason. There could be something here about giving them a fair chance to express themselves and to communicate with them. Don't try to judge them or jump to any conclusions. But like I said, take it if it resonates. For some people, this could be about protecting yourself from this person and keeping your difference. There could be something here about accepting differences. It could be about protecting yourself and keeping your distance, or communicating with this person, which is interesting because it can go either way. So I guess for this reading, the messages could go either way. I just felt something here about 50-50. So whatever you do now in the present moment will dictate the future and where you end up. I just saw 444. There's something here about your foundation that you need to recognize. Whatever you do right now related to your foundation will impact where you are in the future when it comes to your foundation. However you handle a job right now, a living situation, your money will dictate the future of those things. So stay present and be aware of the actions that you take. Make sure you're making decisions that you truly believe in, that have consequences, that are risks that are worth taking. For your next card. Ooh, we have the High Priestess. I'm reacting like that because the reading that I just recorded before, this High Priestess, it didn't come through, but after I shuffled out a couple cards, I just mentioned the High Priestess because it was sitting there on the top of the deck like that. It just stuck out to me. So there's definitely something here that you need to trust yourself on, to really believe in yourself on. You need to trust that you can navigate this situation, that you can follow your intuition and your own inner voice. There could also be something here about healing and how your intuition and your inner voice will become stronger and louder the more that you heal, the more that you quiet your mind and let things go. Maybe the more that you forgive. There could definitely be someone here that you need to forgive, or a situation that you need to forgive. There's also the third eye and the moon. I'm thinking about this card that I have. I got a vision of this card that I have, with these cards that I made myself, and it's the third eye, and I think it says I see. So some way or another, whether it's related to a person, a certain situation, you see and know more than you think you do. Definitely. The moon could indicate that you are facing a challenging situation that does have to do with the unknown. Next to it, it's really interesting that the High Priestess is paired with the Page of Cups here. Stay hopeful, stay optimistic, because I really think that that's what's really going to illuminate the way for you. I just picked up on the Hermit, the Star card, and Sunflowers might also be significant for someone. But now I'm going to wrap up this reading by getting a deck big enough to shuffle from this box of cards that I have. I showed that timing was weird when I showed that box, but I just got a deck big enough to shuffle, and I'm just going to shuffle a couple of cards from that deck. But with me saying my R like that, I used to, I think, have a speech impediment when I was younger, when my R's would sound like W's, which is funny because to show people how how the speech impediment worked, I guess, or whatever, was I used to use the phrase white roses, and it's still like that now, where I have to say it slower or else I'll say white roses. That actually makes me think of Barry. I think that's his name from The Big Bang Theory. I don't know, that character could be significant for someone, or that TV show could be significant, but that phrase, white roses, I was able to say it quickly that time, able to save it. There could be something significant about a white rose or white roses, and maybe you need to save them for one reason or another. I'm going to take it if it resonates. Maybe for someone it's more symbolic rather than literal. Oh no, this card was falling. But we have anxiety is just a feeling. Feeling that fear isn't what will hold you back. It's how you choose to deal with the fear. Wow. Fear is a very, very, fear and anxiety is very relevant with the High Priestess and this moon energy. I really think that you do need to build a better relationship with anxiety and fear. It's okay to feel fear, to feel anxious, because that's just the human in you. It's normal to feel fear. Overcoming anxiety isn't about getting rid of that feeling. That's just part of life. And it sucks a lot, but you can ease that anxiety and that fear by building a better relationship with those kinds of things. And I think you need to build a better relationship by accepting that you will feel fear, you will feel anxiety, but know that these feelings don't have power over you unless you give them power. There's like something here about a combination of not letting this fear have control of your actions, but also really trying to understand your fears so you can release, anxieties that don't need to be there. There could be something here about like calibrating your anxiety or your fear to kind of sound off. I just saw 111 whenever you are in true danger. Yeah, there's definitely something here about building a better relationship with anxiety and fear. And with the Page of Cups, this inner child kind of energy, fear could have really, really dimmed your light. Maybe you never really got a fair chance to have a healthy relationship with fear and the more human side of yourself. And now you need to give yourself that opportunity. And this makes me think of the Ace of Swords that was in a reading that I recorded today. Maybe there's a truth here that you really need to accept and embrace. And it could be truth about yourself, about someone else, about the universe, about how life works, whatever it may be. Okay, let's take this card. On the back it says advice. We have the Lovers with the number 6. Build connections on honesty and respect. Follow your heart. This 6 here definitely reminds me the yin-yang symbol might be significant, which is really interesting. I said it might be significant because I saw the symbol in this card. But this 6 here, I'm feeling something here about unconditional love for yourself, having the same patience and understanding for yourself as you would your younger self, because you deserve that. Especially if you haven't completely overcome like pain and patterns that you developed in childhood and as you were growing. The number 6 could be just a significant number for someone because other than the number 2, it's the only number in this reading. Both of those numbers combined, when you add them together, it comes down to an 8. So there is a message to let go, knowing your worth and what you deserve. And there could specifically be a message here about communicating with the universe and your spirit guides through numbers. Maybe you need to get more into that in numerology. But building connections on honesty and respect. To really, really be able to do that, you first have to be honest with yourself and respect yourself. Even if there are truths about yourself that you don't like. You do need to follow your heart in this situation. Forgiveness feels like it's the answer in some way, and this could just simply be about forgiving yourself. It's okay to be more naive, to be more mature, to not know, to have a dysfunctional childhood. It's not okay as in that it's okay if it perpetuates, it's okay that it happened. So that way you can move on. Maybe there's something here about childhood that you need to forgive, and it could be people, a situation, take it however it resonates. But the Lovers here, to be able to commit to another person or literally anything outside of yourself, especially the things that mean the most to you, you first need to learn to commit to yourself. That is the biggest commitment that you really, really need to be focused on right now, especially with this card over here about anxiety and fear. You need to focus on maybe alchemizing or managing your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings. You need to allow yourself to heal and to process things and to let things go that don't serve you. I just saw 15-15. So that way you can make room for things that do serve you and that you do deserve. With the number 15-15, there is an attachment here that you need to let go of. I think it's an internal attachment that manifests. Well, it doesn't have to necessarily, but it's likely that it manifests as some sort of external attachment. Right now, that cat, she's at the door. I don't know if you can hear her, but somebody in your life might be trying to really push their way into your life. There could be someone here that you're attached to, that you really need to let go of and put distance between. There was another message coming through, but it kind of just disappeared. So I'm just going to assume that I'm not supposed to tell you. But that will be the end of your reading. I hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, the like button to show me that. That is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can donate through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any. I'd really, really love to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far. It really means a lot to me, and it really does make a difference. And the last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.